about family and
Mhm.
being responsible and looking out for people, Mrs. Kaylin Mumford is also a mommy,
Mhm.
and you are co-running, because we know your husband running things. You
Yes.
you are co-running a blended family. Can you
Yeah.
talk about the successes that you're having with that as a woman of color, as a Black family? And then, of course, I want to hear how you cope with your son going off to the service.
So having a blended family is interesting. The biggest thing is having someone who wants to be involved with the family. I think a lot of times we get someone because we like them, but they might not like the whole package, you know. And I always hear mom say, you know, I'm a package, I'm a combo. But you got to make sure the combo is presentable. You got to make sure the combo is something that people want to buy in. Is the package, is the package something somebody want to buy? You know, that,
Accountability for you, right?
yeah, right. So, I do think about the package deal, but what does that mean? What does that package look like? And I
Mhm.
think a lot of times when you go from being a single mom to a wife, your mindset has to change.
Yeah.
Because it's hard going from making all the decisions, you telling some other people, hey kids, we're gonna do this and this how we doing, and I'm the influential person, even though that father involved, but they're in the house with me. I
Mhm.
can I consult with him, but at the end of the day, this is what we're doing.
Right.
And then for a wife, you have to consider someone else. What do they want to do that? How do they feel about it? Like, hey, we're about to do this. So your whole mindset has to change as far as inserting this person in your family, and make sure your kids recognize that person too. So they pay attention to how you treat this new step parent and
Mhm.
how you segue things to them and let them facilitate things. A lot of times I let him talk to them. I let them go to him, and or deviate it to him, like, hey, what did you ask Mr. West? What did West say? Did you reach out to him? So now they go to him as a source versus just going to me. I mean, I was out of town for work. This was during COVID. This was like June of 2020. And Quentin and West was beefing. And Quentin like, well, I'm just gonna go over somebody's house to get back. I said, no, you're gonna stay there.
And now, so for clarification, say Quentin is your son and Wes is your husband.
Quentin is my son, West is my husband. He
Okay.
like, well, so I said, no, you're not. You're gonna stay there. Y'all gonna figure it out, and y'all gonna work through it. And they did, and they're best friends. Like close.
Yeah, yeah,
Quentin
yeah.
now. Um, and they did, because you have to let them know, like, hey, he is the head of this household. You have to go through him. Like, what did he say? Did
Mhm.
you talk to him? Like, and I think a lot of times we have to not be that buffer. We
Yeah.
just got to put that buffer and just let them, men figure it out. And then between being a stepmom, because I have been like a stepmom, versus being a stepfather,
Mhm.
women go into this role. They want to do it. They want to be this motherly role for the most part, and they want to be maternal. Guys and boys, they have to organically build moments of bonding. It's not instant like that.
Yeah.
They had their own territories, they had their own space. So they had to build, they have to be in natural, organic moments of bonding that makes them close. Things have to happen for them to grow and know each other. Quentin was painting with Wiz, so he taught him life skills. He spent that time with him, like, had something they could bond on. Then Quinn got interested in the military because of Wiz.
Oh, wow.
Over that, Wes is a vet. He was in the Air Force as well. So they talked over that, built it up. They really got close over him picking, choosing, deciding, taking the test, being a recruiter, choosing his job, going through the process. They have conversations above my head because I was not in the military, and they have a lot of things they can talk about and laugh about, and question like, hey, what I should do with this? What does this mean? So that's always interesting. Watch them have their own thing. And then when my younger son Landon, they just bonded. They was close and together. And Landon was a little younger when I met with Quentin. Was 13, 14. Landon was like 9 or 10. So they end up getting close. Landon sports. Landon is a he plays sports and West plays sports. So they got close on there. They talk about basketball. They sit and debate for hours about old championship games from the 90s and the stats and what they think. So I think you have to kind of step out the way.
You
I
can't
think
facilitate that.
yeah, you gotta step out the way. You gotta let the chips fall how they fall and just stay out the way. Like they have to get to know each other. When they get into it, you gotta, hey, this, hey, like,
Oh, that
hey,
sound hard.
it is hard. It's hard because you love both of them. You love all of them, and you have to. And I think the biggest thing is to stay out that way because men bond different from women.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I grew with our sisters. So me growing up with sisters, some stuff is harsh to me. My dad had never yelled at me. My uncles, nobody never. So guys are just different. You know what I'm saying? It's just very different. Watching them bond, watching them rough house, watching them do whatever they do. And I think as moms, we just gotta let it happen. Like, of course, you don't let nobody harm your child, and you don't let children be disrespectful. But my style of parenting always been open door. And West fell right into that vision of open door parenting. So we have very candid, open conversations with the children on a regular. And that makes it a very cohesive household. Like it's very cohesive.
I believe in that too. As you can probably tell
Yeah.
from my Facebook page, but we gonna talk about it. We gonna listen to all this music, all of that, because that's what you're doing. And I need to know. I need to be a part of some of that.
You're gonna be behind my back. I want us to talk about it so we can understand it. So we can make sure that we have the cognitive ability to understand what happened. So you won't be around here thinking this is real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get it. And I think, and another thing too, the other parent, that's the parent, like the birth parent that's not outside the house, they have to understand who that person is too. And I think that also helped with the flow of everything. Like they have to understand and respect that person too. Like, hey, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And that person has to respect them too, And I think it's a community type thing. And it's a level of maturity that everybody don't get to, that you get to when you get into this level. I ain't gonna say like I'm on a higher level, but it's a level of parenting a lot of people don't understand, when it comes to parenting, because he is their go-to person. Like I'm mom, I make sure they eat type of thing, but when it's issues, conversations, decision making, he's their person. He's their person.
That is awesome. And I'm happy to hear that for you and your boys. It's really important. I think, some of the issues that our community faces, Black community, is like we got so many broken families for whatever different reasons. But to be able to bring families together and blend them, and I'm gonna take something back from you too. You was like, well, it ain't like I'm on this high level. Yes, you are. Give yourself all of that because you deserve it and you own it.
And just because a family is broken doesn't mean you can't rebuild it. You can take the blocks and rebuild a different. It might not look like the way that people feel like it should look, but you have a stable.
It's not other people's perception of it. It's your
right. That's the biggest thing. Even with business, you got to change the way what you think it should look like. That type of thing. And that's what I've been working on for myself as far as like the social media aspect. Is what it looks like, so that's something I'm working through personally.
Look, we might have to chat off screen about that because I'm working through that. So one other thing before you go, this is another thing that I was like, I gotta talk to her about this because I just don't even know how she did it. I dropped my son off at college and I boohoo, snot, ugly cried the whole 3 hours back. And for a week when I got home, my poor husband was like, what am I supposed to do with you? Do I need to take you lakeside? And that was college. Talk about leaving your son in the hands of the military and not being able to have any contact with him and how you did that.
We could not talk for 8 weeks, see each other for 8 weeks. And it was hard because my children are very, very close. We're very close. Wes always say, your boys love you. They love their mama. He always say that. And it was hard not having that communication because every morning come and give me a kiss. They give me a kiss every morning. Give me a hug. And just not even being able to talk or see his face, and I'll tell people, yeah, your child, not having going and knowing that it'll never be the same again. When our kids move out, it's the first step of our day-to-day life. Never be the same again. We'll never have it where everybody at home, getting up, eat breakfast. Like it's a completely different life, completely changed. And one thing I always taught myself is that our children do not belong to us. They come through us. So I had to understand. Look at your face.
Help the therapist understand it.
They don't belong.
No, I got you. I just don't want it. I don't want it.
And with me understanding that the children do not belong to me, they belong to God, and they are coming through me for me to make sure that they have self-efficacy, they are good people in society, they're good men, and I'm prepping them for the world helps me. And it's like the art, and it say what's the art of what is it called? Well, I can't even think, but I have a not disconnected, but sorry, people calling me. Like I'm not like I make sure that I'm not the art of detachment. So I make sure I'm not attached to who I want them to be. Because if it was me, Quinn would have went to Morehouse or TSU or something. If it was my choice, he had the AC score, he had the grades, he got the smarts, but he told me I'm not disciplined enough to go to college right now. I'm going to party, I'm going to hang out, and I need some more discipline.
Wow.
That's what he told me. So I'm like, okay, there was, what mom can argue with that? I can't argue with that. And I have the art of detachment where I'm attached to their I am connected to their greatness. I want them to be the best version of themselves ever, but I am detached. And also, I didn't want to be the stereotypical, overbearing boy mom. Like I see that a lot, and I just despise that stereotype. I just hate. So I'm not gonna be that. I'm gonna be available. I'm gonna be loving. I'm gonna be encouraging, but I'm not gonna be overbearing. Like they have to be their own people. And I always tell people this. You ever seen Ray?
Yes.
So you remember the part, and I think Quentin was like 2. You remember the part when he really became blind and he fell. And he was in the house trying to find his way. And his mom was standing back, and even though
I remember because I was at home on the couch crying like, "Who help him, but don't help him."
Yeah, right. So that when I saw that when Quentin's about 2, I'm like, that is what I have to do, but not that. You wanna help, but God showed us that He have things in place to make sure the person with no eyes have sight, no ears hear. He's gonna make sure our children okay. And we do everything we supposed to do, they're gonna be fine because they're gonna always find their way back. They always gonna find their way back. So I am confident in my parenting. I am confident in them, and I am confident that I have created the roots and process, put it in them and watered them that my fruit will be okay. So that always make me feel good. And every time I feel like I have a little bit, it show me I'm on the right path. Like for Landon, first day of school pictures, we have family group chat. And West put Landon picture there, and Quentin said he's so handsome. Just to have your big brother being okay to openly compliment you, let me know I did a good job in making a good human.
Yeah.
So that's good. And he had this whole plan out for his life, and he's actually working his plan. So it's just proud to see for him to create his own path and carve it out and going against the grain and doing something that's not the normal way and doing it his way. It makes me proud. And he's doing it so well. So I'm always happy to see people doing what they want to do.
Yeah. That's like, I know we're supposed to not be prideful, but it happens. And, as a parent, I think one of the biggest prides that I've had is my children's individuality. Like,
yes,
they're going to do what they want to do. If they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. And I'm so proud of it. I wish I was that way when I was younger. So we're going to pat ourselves on the back.
And I always tell people, parenting in each phase is different. Like your role does not change, but the way you do the role change. Like now we're like more not as physical. it's more mental, emotional, spiritual aspect of parenting as they get older. So they still need us. They just don't need us the same way. And now you at the point they come to you when they need you. You don't go to them. They gotta come to you. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, you want me? You gotta let them come to you. Like, hey, I need you to do A, B, and C. We should let them know, like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm right here. You need something, and they gonna come back around. It was something simple. He lost his phone yesterday. Mom, can you find my iPhone? Of course I can. That's that type of thing. I haven't talked to him since last Thursday. Thursday, but he needed his phone. So he called
Right.
and had me find his phone. And it was what? How you doing? Love you back. It was once he found his phone, it was it.
Good.
And it's one of the things that's hard, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for chatting with me. I so greatly appreciate it. And before we go, tell us again how to connect with you, how to find you, how to watch you, how to get all of your information. And I am going to put it in the comments, but I also want you to say it again.
Okay. My business At Home Health LLC. My website is www.athomehealthtenn.com. And on Instagram, it is Home Health Owner 901. And on Facebook, it's At Home Health LLC. And I put reels on there every Wednesday. And I put other videos, other tips, other videos there too. So reels is me talking. Like I'm talking myself or Tracy talking every Wednesday or us together. But other days I'm still putting something there, video or something. So you'll see something.
Okay. Well, again, thank you.
Thank
And I will see you guys later. Please
later.
in the comments. She will be back. She'll be answering some of those things. So thank you, Mrs. Mumford.
Thank you. Bye.